Wait to get started. Super Bowl 57. Here we go. And so the Eagles will start on their own 25-yard line. Interesting decision right off the bat. The Chiefs giving the ball to Philadelphia. They're the best team in the league starting the game.
Yeah, everything, this entire identity of this Philadelphia Eagles team is to how fast can I get the lead? How fast can I make my opponent play from behind? We thought there was a chance Andy Reid might take it out, but he decides to defer and give the ball to Philly.
Jalen Hurts has been magnificent. His second full year starting, 16-1 in the games he played. He missed 2. They lost both. And they start from the 25 with Miles Sanders, the running back. Sanders dancing around, trying to look for a seam. There's just none there. Strung out and played well by Kansas City. And that's a good start against this team. We told you about opening drives. They've been absolutely lethal. You're talking about 10 touchdowns. They've had 1 3-and-out on the opener all year long. Both playoff games, opening drive touchdowns.
Yeah, and this formula has really been hard for their opponents to crack. The idea is if we can get our opponents to play from behind, get in a pass situation, we'll talk about their defensive line and their ability to rush the passer. But this offense's ability to close games out as a running team is what separates them from so many others.
Late blitz coming over the middle, and a quick throw and completion. DeVonta Smith for a short gain is going to get up to the 30. And it'll bring up third down. Eagles receiving core is excellent, both well over 1,000 yards for the first time in their franchise history with Smith and A.J. Brown. 3rd and 5. Hurts with time over the middle. There's Smith. He's got a first down. It gets jacked out of bounds across the 40, but not before converting a 12-yard gain to DeVonta Smith.
Well, a matchup that we are going to be watching all day is this pass protection. The best offensive line in the league, Jason Kelce, the all-world center, going towards Chris Jones. Chris Jones, the defensive tackle for Kansas City. He is going to be the key of all the protection calls for Jason Kelce.
Hurts on a fake, low and up, going deep down. Watson with good coverage.
Well, we knew they would take a shot here early. We know how aggressive, but why Dallas Goedert, the tight end here? He gives a little token fake. Justin Reed, the safety, kind of gets stuck. He's got a shot. Take a look here on the sideline. Big shot after DeVonta Smith is able to pick up the first down, going out of bounds there on that last 3rd down.
Kenneth Gainwell in the game, but he lines up as a wide receiver on a 2nd and 10. 4-man rush. Hurts looking for a block, gets it, sneaks around Smith and tiptoes his way in for what should be a first down.
How you rush Jalen Hurts. Watch all 3 of the overload. They're all going to end up to the right of the center, Jason Kelce. He hits his back foot. Now, when he sees that void, DeVonta Smith becomes a blocker. That's the issue with rushing Jalen Hurts. You have to rush with your eyes. You have to rush with some lane integrity, because if he gets back there and sees a gap, he turns into a runner very quickly.
Eagles go 2 tight ends. Hurts to throw it again. Pressure coming, stands in, fires, and it's caught. It's Dallas Goedert this time making the grab, and it's another first down on this opening drive.
Well, we've talked about it. This Philadelphia offense, the best in the league. You see Goedert, he's just pacing himself. He knows that hit is coming. Great job by Jalen Hurts, stopping Dallas Goedert with the ball now as they go up-tempo quick.
Hurts looking, throwing, another wide open receiver. It's Smith again, breaks a tackle inside the 15.
Well, Philadelphia's in a fast break offense. The timing of this RPO, the run pass option, was thrown off. It initially was defended well. We talked about Jalen Hurts as a runner. That time Jalen Hurts uses his legs to become a passer. Does a great job there finding Devontae Smith.
41 yards on 3 catches already. Boston Scott right up the gut inside the 5, and he's taken down there. Eagles can actually get a first down at the 1. So the emotions of Nick Sirianni and the anthem, as Tom Rinaldi told us, the tears, second-year head coach, and he's got his team in the Super Bowl. Eagles going quick again on a 2nd down. Scott wrapped up for a loss. Nicely done. As Juan Thornhill came in, made the tackle. As Patrick Mahomes just sitting and waiting, winning his 2nd MVP of his career this week.
Absolutely. Right now, Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Eagles, he's in Shane Steichen's ear. He's telling him, the offensive coordinator, you've got 2 plays. You don't have to go for it all here. You don't necessarily even have to throw it to the end zone. You've got 2 downs here to pick up this first.
3rd and 3. Hand it off. Gainwell surging forward. He's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, we told you to start the drive. We thought there was a chance that Andy Reid, if he won the toss, might decide. That was really close. You saw Gainwell. That elbow was really close. We'll see what Mike Pereira thinks, but we thought there was a chance, KB. You mentioned it right off the top. If Andy Reid won the toss, would he want to give Jalen Hurts?
Let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike.
Yeah, it looks to me just like you said, actually, Greg, that the elbow hit, so I think he is short, just barely short. I do think they'll respot it, maybe even with an expedited review.
However, keep in mind, if they do mark him short where that, it would be a 1st and goal, because they could have gotten a first at the 1. But it does look like he is short there.
The runner is short of the goal line. It will, however, be a first down.
So there you go, Mike on it as always, and it'll be a 1st and goal from inside the 1.
Well, if the Eagles,
10-20, please.
if this season, if the tendency of this Philadelphia team, I mean, how many quarterback sneaks have we seen them run? Jason Kelce, the all-everything center, kind of rugby-style scrum and getting underneath. You have to think from the half-yard line, it's got to be at the top of this call sheet.
Jalen Hurts is 30 for 34 on quarterback sneaks, an insane number. We'll see if they go for it. 1st and goal.
Yeah, we got a lot of big bodies in there. Take a look how many guys are inside there.
Got to go for it. Surging forward is Hurts. No signal yet. I think there's a penalty flag in the middle of that. Nothing was signaled as of right now. Yeah.
Offside. Defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty will be declined. Result of the play. Touchdown.
And so there you go. It is a touchdown. They talk it over. Hurts on the quarterback sneak. He gritties off to the sidelines. And another opening drive for a touchdown for Philly.
I mean, I think Chris Jones, yeah, you can see he's lined up in the neutral zone, but it doesn't matter. The defensive line's going low. The linebackers are trying to go high. I mean, take a look at this picture. I mean, offensive line coaches throughout the world are rejoicing. I mean, that's pad level, leg drive. That's like Pop Warner day 1. And
11 plays and 75 yards, just like they've done all year. The Eagles right down the field. And it's Philly with the Hurts gritty and a 7-0 lead. Right down the field they go. Hurts with a hot start, 4 or 5 passing, and then he sneaks it in from 1 yard out. Eagles scoring on 11 opening possessions this year, the most in the league by far. And it's interesting, until that point, neither of these teams have trailed for a single minute in these playoffs. But now we get to see the MVP, Patrick Mahomes, in just a moment. So it's Isaiah Pacheco back deep. We'll let it go over his head. And here is Mahomes, who after the Chiefs got rid of his best weapon, Tyreek Hill, he had maybe the best year of his career.
Yeah, and if they're going to be able to play this style of game, I think they've got to make this a race to 30. In their minds, every possession they have to maximize. Every play that Patrick Mahomes can end up with the ball in his hands, the better it is for the Kansas City Chiefs. So expect them to come out aggressive early. They understand the battle that they're in going up against this Philadelphia team.
Started with the run game with Pacheco, who's been a burst of energy for this team, and he works his way out to the 38-yard line. You know, Pacheco started about week 7 against San Francisco, the rookie 7th-round draft pick out of Rutgers, and he's just brought a different dynamic to their offense.
He has, and he's going to play a big role today. Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. See these 2 high safeties? That's his bread and butter. They're going to be their starting point. It's going to be a lot of opportunity for the run game. That's why it's so important that they stay on track.
Second down. Mahomes firing, and it's caught by Kelce in stride. Travis Kelce up near midfield.
Well, the question every week is, how come nobody can guard Travis Kelce? They use a little motion that changes up the reads for the defense. He clears TJ Edwards, number 57. Watch this throw in anticipation. When he throws it, he is yet to clear Edwards. They just understand each other. They understand the landmark. They're the best combo in the business.
Quick 20 yards to Kelce, 1st and 10. Mahomes rolling out. Ankle looks just fine there, and he slides down as Maddox came in to make the stop. This Chiefs offense, it's amazing, right, Greg? We're talking about how without Tyreek Hill, they had to remake things a little bit. How in the world are you better, though? I mean, it's amazing what they've done. They added key pieces in Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, but they've also changed the offense under Andy Reid in a way. And they're going quick here. 30, shoulder down, all the way down near the 20.
They bring Sky Moore across. Watch the action it does, and then keep your eyes right here on TJ Edwards. See how slow he is to react? It's actually like eliminating an entire defender from the run blocking fit. We mentioned how valuable this run game can be because of all these light boxes and pass-heavy defensive structures. We've seen it here with the big run from Pacheco.
Give it to him again. And this time kind of slips down on that turf and goes nowhere. And they finally blow the play dead. Get a penalty at the end of this play as well. Andy Reid, 64 years old, his 31st NFL season, 10th year in Kansas City. Of course, started his head coaching career in Philly. By the way, no penalty. It was a yellow mouthpiece. Can they make the mouthpiece a little different color so it doesn't look yellow? I mean, that would be great.
Kelce at the bottom is going to come in a little short motion.
Mahomes looking that way, throwing that way. Kelce got it. Touchdown.
Okay, so the purpose of this short motion is to see what it does here. It brings Epps. He's the point man. It's a little out and pump. That is a tough matchup. We thought coming into this game, Kevin, if they want to play man, they might be okay on the outside, but who is going to guard Travis Kelce inside? And so far, they have no answer.
Harrison Butker with the extra point attempt to tie it up and through, and we are all knotted at 7. So in the first ever matchup of brothers in the Super Bowl players, one brother scores, the other brother having a snack. Enjoy. 7-7 game, what a start to Super Bowl 57. It in. Mahomes takes his team right down the field and throws a touchdown to Travis Kelce. And so we're all square at 7. Feels like a 3-point shootout early in this game. Back to the touchdown, Greg. What happened there?
You know, oftentimes the beauty of these plays is in the detail. Because Travis Kelce starts out wide, you see Darius Slay, he has him. But with the short motion behind Marquez Valdez-Scantling, that's the matchup they want versus the safety Epps. So it's just something small as opposed to just lining him up there. They're able to get the matchup they want with the best player on their offense against the safety, and that is a mismatch they will take the rest of this game.
Catches, it's amazing. Four-man rush, get it out to Gainwell in the flat. Looks for a block, gets a couple out across the 30. Penalty flag at the end of this.
Pass interference. Number 3, offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
They get Zach Pascal on the penalty.
Yeah, the challenge of these swing routes, different than in college. Even if that ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, you cannot block before the ball is caught. He's clearly engaged there. It's a clear PI.
Make it 1st and 20. Try the run with Gainwell, who runs into a wall. Carlos Dunlap was there. Leo Chanel helped as well. Well, coming up, Rihanna on the world's biggest stage. Watch the Apple Music Super Bowl 57 halftime show.
So those early down miscues, penalties, tackle for loss, sacks, those are the things that this defense of Kansas City wants to generate. The goal for them today is how often can we put this Philadelphia offense in passing situations, make them perform from the pocket in a more traditional passing game. Those penalties go a long way.
Hurst to throw another quick one to Smith, and L'Jarius Sneed is there on a quick tackle. The Smith skirts across the 20, but is a 3rd and long.
I'll tell you what, they're happy to have L'Jarius Sneed back. He went out with a head injury in the AFC Championship. You're going to see him line up everywhere. He can travel with your top receiver. He can blitz. He's great in run support, as you saw there. He's one of their top players on this defense, and him being back in time was huge.
Eagles have to get to the 35. Hurts, pressure coming, in trouble. And now just going to throw it away. Pursuit there from Frank Clark. And this Kansas City D forces a punt.
Yeah, Frank Clark, he seems to come alive here in the postseason. Kind of got faked out there by the pump fake, but his pursuit, his production, he is an all-time postseason sack leader. He's on the verge of being #1 all-time. He comes to life in the biggest moments.
Aaron Siposs, Super Bowl. Tony going to let it bounce, and a big Philly bounce. Now he picks it up, makes a couple men miss, and gets smoked out at the 33. Super Bowl 57, all tied at 7. Some great history of the superstars of yesteryear. Back to Glendale.
To tell you all the
7-7 here in the first quarter. Good start. Chiefs will have their second possession of the day. On the fake, Mahomes sets up a screen to Gray, the backup tight end, room to roll, and gets out to the 40. And you wonder if you're going to see a lot of that because the Eagles had the best pass rush in the NFL this year.
Yeah, and what's special about this Philadelphia front is they're able to generate such a high percentage of the sacks by only rushing 4. So what that does is it keeps the integrity, and it keeps the stress off of their secondary. It allows them to cover zones. It allows them to help double team top receivers because this front 4 is so productive.
Pacheco, stutter step, wrapped up by Kaiser White. Yeah, you saw that graphic, and now penalty. You see at the end of the play there. So that graphic, I mean, Philadelphia not only led the league by a wide margin, they had the 3rd most sacks in the history of the league. You're talking 85, 84 Bears.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Number 74, defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
It's on Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, you'll see Ndamukong Suh just getting that left hand right up in his face mask of Wiley. Pretty clear there for the official.
So it'll make it a 1st down and 10, up to the 47. See Jerick McKinnon in the game for the first time, a running back. Mahomes, a lot of time, slings it over the middle, and it's Kelce again, who was wide open and takes it down to the 30.
Man, you talk about route running. Everything looks like it's an over. Mahomes does a half boot, and then he runs what they call a sail. So everything looks like, oh, nope, I'm coming back door. See another defender slip. That's something we've seen a lot. I mean, Kelce, his route running, his ability to find space. unbelievable.
Off to a fast start. Mahomes protected, but rolls away and now just lobs one out of bounds. It is amazing. People at home are wondering, how is Travis Kelce that wide open all the time?
So we asked Jonathan Gannon, and this is something that I've always had such respect for Kelce and some of the best route runners. You can't draw a team pretending to be Kelce, and everything was a line on a piece of paper. Nothing Travis Kelce does resembles any of those routes. It's very hard to prepare for. Oh, a little trickery.
Quick snap, a little trickery. Get it to McKinnon. And Jerick McKinnon, they almost had Juju Smith-Schuster faking like he didn't know what was going on.
They did, and Kelce was right behind him. They were all looking at the sideline. Me and you were looking at each other, and they kind of spit it out there to the right. You see Juju looking at the sideline. I can't hear. I can't hear.
Well, they picked up 7. No matter what it looked like, they got 7. Brings up a 3rd down and 3. Roll out. Mahomes breaks away. Shuttle pass dangerous and incomplete. TJ Edwards had an opportunity there. And now 4th down and 3. And Harrison Butker's coming onto the field.
Yeah, first big decision here. You can see they're going to try to do a little roll pass. They're trying to slip Jerick McKinnon in the flat, but he runs into Hassan Reddick and kind of gets thrown off. Well defended. Really the first time we've talked a lot about Nick Sirianni and his aggressive play calling on 4th down. First real decision here for Andy Reid about how aggressive he wants to be. Deciding here, obviously, to settle for a field goal.
He's going to have Butker try a 42-yarder. Hit the game winner in the conference championship against Cincinnati. First one here tonight. And Butker is hooking and hits the post. No good. And so a good drive ends with the doink. Why don't we hear it? All right, tied at 7. Back after this. Hall of Fame inductees, and here being honored today in this crowd in Glendale. As far as Super Bowl 57 goes, it's been a fun first quarter. Chiefs go on a nice drive there, 7 plays, 42 yards. They elect to kick a field goal on 4th down, and Butker hits the post. No good, so we're tied at 7. It's a clean hold, clean snap. Butker got hurt on this field in week 1 with some turf issues, and we have seen a couple players slip early on in this game. Down from behind, gets out across the 35 to the 37. Skycam coverage provided by Michelob Ultra. Eagles come to the line quickly. They've done that a lot early.
Look how wide these stacks are. He's just doing a math equation inside.
Keeps it and runs into a wall. Well played by the Chiefs that time. And of course, it was Nick Bolton who had 180 tackles this year, the most in Chiefs history, 2nd in the league.
Yeah, we knew coming in that they were not going to be afraid to use Jalen Hurts as a runner. They feel like he is 100%. He's kind of the spark that makes this offense go. Nice job there by Nick Bolton, scraping to account for the running quarterback.
Well, move first.
Outside, defense number 55, unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, 8-yard results, and a first down.
Yeah, you see Frank Clark. We mentioned he's gearing up there and a passing down. He's got 13.5 postseason sacks, 3rd all time. That time he's a little early. Gives them a free first down.
Steve Spagnuolo, defensive coordinator under Andy Reid, 4th year here. Eagles go big in this formation, flipping to Dallas Goedert, who cuts across the 45. And a nifty little play to get Goedert all the way up across the 47-yard line.
Yeah, so something for us to keep our eye on with this Kansas City defense. All playoffs, they've made a real big emphasis in playing two high safeties, meaning they're very deep, each playing half the field, a lot of man coverage. But what that does, Kevin, is it makes us very light in the box. Right, if you're Kansas City, you understand your vulnerabilities. So keep an eye on these two safeties, finding their time to start deep, but also moving down to help support the run game.
Chiefs show blitz. They come with it. Hurts. It's blocked up. A.J. Brown has a first down. His first catch of the Super Bowl as he ran that slant that he's so famous for to pick up 7 yards. That'll take us to the end of this first quarter. It's the Chiefs 7, the Eagles 7. Back after these messages. The team scored on their opening drive. And now we start the second quarter with the Eagles on the move. Jalen Hurts so far, 71 yards and 7 of 9 passing. See what they've done in this postseason, too. The plus 21. It's a big quarter usually for them. Start on the Chiefs 45. Hurts has all day, loaded up, taking a shot, looking for A.J. Brown. He's got it! Touchdown!
Watch this adjustment to the ball. Trent McDuffie, number 21. He's in good position. He just loses the ball when he tries to turn around and locate. A.J. Brown has it zeroed in the entire time. Those are the plays. They brought A.J. Brown to Philadelphia. The blockbuster trade on draft night. They brought him in to make plays like that, and it's as big as they get.
Elliott, the extra point is up and good. So A.J. Brown, a 45-yarder. We saw the adjustment. How about the route?
Yeah, it's just they called a high set in a deep corner. He's going to just inside release. All right, he's got outside leverage. Just climb on the safety. And this is really just a ball he's thrown up and saying, my guy's better than yours. They've got a deep safety, Thornhill 22, McDuffie 21, and the young rookie. He's got a bright future. He's been a great player from that first-round pick, but just loses the ball, and A.J. Brown is able to track it down.
You think about the Eagles, and we've done a lot of their games this year, just like the Chiefs. I know you believe what makes them so difficult is because they can beat you anyway. They can have 300 yards rushing. They can have 300 yards passing.
It's the ultimate challenge because they're going to make you guard sideline to sideline, and they're going to make you, as you saw there, 60 yards of depth.
Got the Eagles' chance in full force. Each team brings their traditions to the Super Bowl. And so after the Butker missed field goal, the Eagles strike immediately and retake the lead. And the Chiefs will start on their 25. Well, Rihanna returns. Watch the Apple Music Super Bowl 50. Well, Patrick Mahomes responded after the last Eagles touchdown. What does he have in store here? It's Pacheco. And there looked like there was a hole, but that closed up quickly. Edwards and Hargrave combining on the stop.
Defense work, both run and pass. We talked to Andy Reid. We said, how are you going to pass protect? What's your plan for these two guys on the edges? He says, oh no. Everything starts with big number 97. He can wreck the game if you don't account for him.
Second down, quick throw, and the catch is made by Juju Smith-Schuster, but an immediate hit by Marcus Epps brings up 3rd and long.
Yeah, all season, this Philadelphia Eagles defense has been the best in the league on those early downs to force teams into these 3rd and longs. In this case, you have a 3rd and 8. But this is the one exception to the rule. Patrick Mahomes is better than anybody in these situations.
3rd and 8. Pressure coming. Mahomes gets it away, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Smith-Schuster. Bradbury on the coverage and no flags.
Yeah, you can see Juju Smith-Schuster. He got up mad, and I think deservingly so. That left hand from Bradbury kind of spins him around. You see Mahomes kind of had to step up in the pocket. Number 94, Josh Sweat, he won pretty quickly, but there was some contact down the field, and I think Bradbury got away with one.
So we'll see Tommy Townsend for the first time. All-pro punter this year. Pressure up the middle, but he gets it away. Britton Covey breaks a tackle. And not much more. It's covered up at the 33. So the Eagles take over early in this second quarter, up by 7. Playoffs, and then this year he's got him in the Super Bowl, and the crazy thing is he's gotten better each year, really by leaps and bounds. And here he's got the Eagles up 7 early in this second quarter. Straight give to Sanders, nowhere.
I just think that the Jalen Hurts story just needs to continue to be told. I just think it's so appropriate. The lessons that kids across this country can learn just from dealing with adversity. Your path is not always going to be a straight line. I mean, how many people out there, these kids can handle being benched in a national championship game, be forced to transfer, and 3 years later find themselves in the Super Bowl? If that's not a lesson in how to overcome adversity through sport, I'm not sure what is.
Second down, it's coming. Hurts sees it, gets it to Goddard quickly, who is tangled up immediately.
Yeah, pretty creative play there. You'll see Goddard had a tough time kind of holding on to this one. Takes the hit. You saw the pressure. You mentioned it. McDuffie came off the slot. It was actually an inside screen. The offensive linemen all ran down the field to serve as lead blockers.
More pressure. Hurts spins away. Here comes Frank Clark. Throws opposite his body, and it's caught for a first down. Zach Pascal. What a move by Hurts to get it done there for a gain of 9.
Yeah, you have to rush Jalen Hurts smart. You're unblocked. You're the contained player. Frank Clark, just stay outside and secure the pocket. You see Zach Pascal. He runs through contact. Anytime you pressure and you don't get to the quarterback, there's tons of holes in the defense. There's a ton of places to go with the ball. It's a third down, great dialed up pressure, and Jalen Hurts just works some magic.
Zach Pascal only had 15 catches all year long. Just get the playoff here. Give it off to Gainwell. Pressure in the backfield. Scurries out of it, out across midfield into Chiefs territory. Boy, it looked like there was nothing there. He got around Leo Chanel. Pick up 9 yards. You know, Greg, I think those of you watching that don't maybe watch football every week, good to tell you that the Eagles and Chiefs, 2 of the best in the league, but probably Philadelphia this year, the best offensive line in football.
Absolutely, and you've heard a lot about the Jason Kelce, the center of the Eagles. You've heard a lot about his story. You've seen his brother already score a touchdown for the Chiefs. But Lane Johnson, the right tackle.
And close on the spot. We'll see if Gainwell picked it up.
Yeah, just about that offensive line. Lane Johnson, the right tackle, playing through a pretty significant injury, is regarded as the best in the league. We've seen a lot of guys, especially in the painted areas where the logo is. You're going to see him go hurry up. Have to imagine this is a sneak.
Yep. Now they're pointing. They want a flag. They get a flag. And it looks like it is going to be on Philadelphia.
Start. Number 56, offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
So it's on Isaac Seumalo, the right guard. I'll move him back.
Yeah, the entire defensive line stood up. They're fortunate they got the call. I mean, he clearly moves, but I thought that ball was going to end up being snapped. Nice job there by the officials seeing that twitch. You have to imagine right now, this is something we talked to Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs. They're going to treat this as 4 down. They're going to say, all right, we have 2 downs here at midfield to pick up this first. You can't necessarily treat this as a 3rd down defensive call.
Hurts. No one in front of him. He's going to score.
Nick Sirianni, he stresses it's all about the ball. They're almost impossible to beat if they protect the ball. You'll see there Nick Bolton, number 32, he gets the strip, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown. Jalen Hurts just having a hard time putting that ball away, and got some action.
Just lost it. Nick Bolton, what a year he's had. And the extra point is up and good. Bolton had a fumble recovery touchdown, 86 yards in the regular season last year. This one, though, in the Super Bowl. And Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce fired up. Hurts dropped it. 14, 9:39 to go in this first half. And for Nick Bolton, a Super Bowl moment. 36-yard fumble return for a score. And the Eagles will start from the 25 as we go downstairs to Tom.
Kevin, one of the things we hear so often about Jalen Hurts is his consistency, how he keeps his composure and calm regardless of situation. Here you see him going up and down, talking to each member of the offensive line, saying that was my fault, that was my bad play, and his ability to flush it out of his memory. That's one element of his leadership. We'll have to see it here after that turnover, which resulted in points, but you don't see this player get flustered very often. It's something we've seen throughout his college career as well. He's a really strong example in composure.
Well, we'll see how it reacts to the Eagles' first turnover of this postseason. Hurts, design run with room out across the 30. It's still going for a first down. For Bolton, chased him down. Who else?
Yeah, I just love this by Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator. How do you make them bounce back? You heard, you just run a little quarterback counter. This is a designed run. They pull Jason Kelce. That's an offensive coordinator saying, we believe in you. You made a mistake. We're moving forward. You put the next ball in his hands. See offensive coordinator Shane Steichen of the Eagles. I like that move.
Interest in him. He could be a head coach after this game. We'll see. But Hurts picking up 14 there in a 1st and 10. A lot of time here. Going deep again. Again looking for A.J. Brown. Double coverage, and it's incomplete. But I guess you give your playmakers a shot, right?
Yeah, you can see this looks like he's going to run a corner, and then he takes it back on like a big post. Similar concept we saw Kelce run off the half roll, and I thought Juan Thornhill was going to come down with that. He threw that into double coverage. We've seen him do that twice now. One resulted in a long touchdown to A.J. Brown, and that one almost resulted in an interception.
Hurts gets it out to Boston Scott. One-on-one, good move, makes a man miss, and another, and Scott is near a first down, and I think he's got it. Wow.
Yeah, one of the challenges of playing this style is it's hard to tackle in space. The ball carriers, or in this case, the back out of the backfield in the receiving game, he just makes Trent McDuffie and Nick Bolton just miss, and sets up this 3rd and real short. It feels like we were just in this exact situation. Remember, before that fumble, they have a false start. They have to go back to 4th and 5 and an inch, and Jalen Hurts fumbles for the touchdown.
Yeah, Mike Pereira tells us they use video assist to move it just short. So it's 3rd and 1. Go for the sneak, and they have it easily.
Well, nobody does it better. Just pad level. I mean, take a look at how far Philadelphia offensive line pushes the defensive line, especially those 2 interior defensive tackles, back off the ball.
I mean, that's Chris Jones, 95. He's an all-pro, one of the best in the league.
That's no easy feat.
First down. Hurts floats it out near side, gets it out to Gainwell. He works his way down the spotted at the 45. Going to pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, this is something we're going to keep our eye on. There's a lot of fans out there from opposing teams who think Lane Johnson is early. I think that's just really good. You know what they call that, Kevin? They call that having a center's mentality. The center can never be early, so you want to anticipate that count, and I know it looks to the naked eye like he's early, but I think it's clean.
Hurts to keep it. Hurts bottled up. Willie Gay read it well, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, we wanted to see what their plan was. They call this squeeze and scrape. So they're going to crash the defensive end. Carlos Dunlap, he takes the back. That's a pull read for Jalen. Really good zone read defense by Kansas City.
Eagles have owned the ball. They're 4 of 6 on third down today. They're 4th in the NFL in that category this year. 3rd and 7. Hurts on the give. And people may say, well, what are they doing? Because they're going to go for it on 4th, aren't they?
Well, that's the consideration. No team runs the ball in those 3rd and medium situations more than Philadelphia, because in their mind, it's 2nd down. So now Steve Spagnuolo has to understand in those more traditional passing situations, I need to treat it as 2nd down for this very reason.
4th and 5. Four-man rush, quarterback run. Hurts using his legs, stays up, and room to run. Jalen Hurts inside the 20. Boy, he almost got tripped up early, but a big gainer for Hurts and a first down.
Well, they came back to the quarterback draw. Watch Chris Jones. He gets so high in his pass rush, he takes an outside swim. That's the lane that gets created, and then we've seen Jalen Hurts do this all year. One of the most dynamic ball carriers. And that's the attitude. That's the aggressive nature of Nick Sirianni. You see him there signaling first down. They are going to keep the pedal down the entire game.
Hurts now 57 yards rushing at a touchdown. Here is Gainwell. Not much room in the middle. Well, we started this game talking about the quarterback injuries with Mahomes in the ankle and Hurts is the shoulder. So far, they look just fine.
I think we've seen Jalen Hurts use his legs really well, both to extend plays as a passer, but also as a designed runner. We saw the big bomb over the top, probably the best deep ball we've seen him throw. He's had some struggles completing those deep balls since the shoulder injury, but Jalen Hurts has looked as good as he has all season here on the biggest stage.
Second down. Smith looking for blocks, gets one, and then taken down inside the 10. So he's going to be short of a first down. About a 3rd down and 3. And Smith looked like he got dinged up on that play.
Yeah, Willie Gay kind of beat the block there. Jason Kelce, the center, and kind of came down on his leg. This is a big area of emphasis coming into this game. Kansas City's defense all year has really struggled in the red zone. You'll see here, kind of lands on that left leg ankle, but they've got to force some field goals. This is an area that has been a bit of a challenge for them defensively.
3rd and 3. Scott. And there's just nowhere to go. Played well. Chris Jones in the middle of that Kansas City front. And now, just how aggressive is Nick Sirianni?
Yeah, I don't even think he's all the coach's intentions of whether or not it's a 4-down territory by what they call on 3rd down. And that run play there makes it clear Nick Sirianni had his mind made up.
Devontae Smith back in the game for the Eagles. And there's a penalty flag, and the cadence may have worked.
Yeah, that looks suspicious. That was not a 4th and 2.5 type formation, and being under center, they got him to jump.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense. Half the distance to the goal. And a first down.
Yeah. You'll see they're lined up in the neutral zone, but then they also call number 91, Derek Noddy. He jumps on the hard count. They purposely go under center, KB, to make the defensive lineman that much closer to the quarterback. You see the jump right there? You see all the linemen pointing at him.
So it brings up 1st and goal from the 4. Miles Sanders in the game at tailback. Now Hurts on the keep, has the seam, and Jalen Hurts is in for the touchdown. his second rushing touchdown today.
Well, these quarterback runs are giving him fits. Watch Nick Bolton. He goes with Miles Sanders on the short motion. There's nobody left. Jason Kelce kicks him out when they bump, and he hits his head on the goalpost.
Extra point is up and good. So the Eagles ultra aggressive again. 12 plays, 75 yards. They go for it on 4th down twice, and it worked. And they retake the lead in Super Bowl 57. 20 to go. Each team with all 3 timeouts. And the Eagles run game, specifically Jalen Hurts, started to kind of take command a little. He's got 61 yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a long drive. So long, as a matter of fact, that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense hasn't been on the field in 23 minutes. Aaron Andrews told us in the break that he wasn't really warming up either. So we'll get back on the field now with 2:20 left in the half. You said a while ago when the Chiefs elected to go for the field goal and missed, how this aggressive coaching is going to come into play. Andy Reid chose field goal. Nick Sirianni has gone for it a 4th down all year.
And right now it's the difference in the game. And I think this is something we're going to have to monitor throughout, because so far Nick Sirianni, and so far in the one chance Andy Reid has had, he's elected for a field goal that they missed.
Plenty of time for Mahomes. With all 3 timeouts, get it to McKinnon on the screen. Good block. McKinnon patiently runs up to the 30. Well, coming off the field, Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle, very angry. And Chiefs, are they going to get a play before the 2-minute? They will. Mahomes, quick throw, far side of the field, caught there by Watson. And now we told you about Jones. We were watching him go. He had a lot of angry words for his teammates, trying to fire them up. 1-score game, though, the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Goodell, Donna Kelce, of course, Jason and Travis, brothers playing in this game. And how great is it to see DeMar Hamlin smiling, looking great after that cardiac arrest he suffered in the Bills-Bengals game. I mean, kudos to all the incredible emergency workers, trainers who did what they did to have DeMar here at the game here today. And so 1:56 to go in this first half. 21-14 Philadelphia. Kansas City, all 3 timeouts. And here's Mahomes. Pressure in his face. Going deep. Valdez-Scantling got turned around and couldn't find it, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's actually a really good ball. That's the landmark. You're going to see Valdez-Scantling. He starts inside. He's just got to get wider. The landmark of this ball is out more towards the boundary, towards the sideline. You saw when he turned around, he was closer to the numbers, and that's what caused him to have to kind of whirly bird and try to spin his body to correct himself.
Second and 10 and penalty, and it looked like Orlando Brown moved.
False start. Number 57, offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, stay tuned for the Jeep halftime and the Apple Music Super Bowl 57 halftime show.
I think if you're Andy Reid right now, I think when they took possession here on this drive, they're thinking go down and score. I think right now you find yourself 2nd and 15. Philadelphia has all 3 timeouts. Something high percentage here to keep the clock moving.
Pressure on Mahomes. Mahomes gets away. Looking downfield. Reddick chasing Mahomes across his body. Incomplete. Hassan Reddick has had a brilliant year for the Eagles. And he had the pressure there to force a 3rd and long.
Yeah, the challenge with Patrick Mahomes is he's equally dangerous. See Fletcher Cox, he's the one who wins early. He's equally dangerous in the pocket as much as he is on the move. Hassan Reddick chasing him down there. Give credit to that secondary of the Eagles.
Third and 15, 4-man rush. Mahomes in trouble. Mahomes now going to tuck it and run, and he is taken down. T.J. Edwards came to get him. And Mahomes is slow getting up. Oh, boy. Remember that high ankle sprain he suffered against Jacksonville in the divisional.
Well, this drive is nightmare material here for Kansas City. Biggest reason there is watching number 15, your MVP quarterback, limp off. Take a look here. He just kind of gets taken down, wrapped up low from behind, and to make matters worse, now you're giving the ball back to Philadelphia. About 1:30, and they still have 2 timeouts.
Boy, oh boy, yeah, they used one there to stop the clock. Well, Mahomes has been so unbelievable playing through the high ankle, including in the same game, but they'll go to work again and try and make him feel all right. Here's Townsend to punt. Covey. That's some room. Out across the 30, 35. Covey out across the 40, and a big return for Britton Covey, the rookie from Utah. They work on Mahomes. He's in pain. Plenty of time for Jalen Hurts, but concern for the MVP.
Ruling on the field of a catch.
Well, I guess first things first, the 2 feet are in, right?
He gets multiple steps in,
yeah.
But as you heard Mike Pereira mention, it's all about when they determine the ball to be possessed. I think it's going to be really close. You'll see some of the Chiefs players starting to walk back to the original line of scrimmage. Hard to tell if they know something, but this is a great shot right here.
Mike, what defines loss of control? I mean, the ball moved, which that can actually happen, though, correct?
Yeah, we always talk about, you don't want to say the ball moves. Does the ball come out of your hand? And in this case, you go through the process, right? A, control, B, 2 feet, and then the element of time, which would be the 3rd step that he had. And so, as again, I think I counted in their replay system, they had like 30 different cameras they could look at, and they're looking again just to see if they can determine there was loss of control. And there might have been the best shot.
Yeah, and Mike, just as a reminder to the viewers, this has to be clear to overturn it, right? This cannot have any sort of gray area. If they can't come up with a clear answer, this play will stand, correct?
That's absolutely correct. And interesting, as you said, how Kansas City's already walked backwards, but Philadelphia is now indicating
a little bit. I think that was wishful thinking.
I like spicy Mike Pereira. You know, Mike gets in there, throws a little spice in there. I mean, it's ultra close, but, you know, again, we were talking about, the big deal is, in this case, ruling on the field was a catch. And we've shown you so many great angles of it. If this does stand, the Eagles can do whatever they want here. 2 timeouts left, 54 seconds to go in the half. And they've been aggressive the entire year, the entire half. And now the Chiefs defense is saying, no, hold on, we're going to go back the other way.
I guess they found the shot. They found the shot that showed that the ball was coming out. Again, you know, it's kind of unusual when it takes this long.
The receiver did not maintain control of the ball throughout the process of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. It will be 3rd down. Please set the game clock for 55 seconds.
When it does take this long, to me, it's not clear and obvious. I get it. There was movement, but I'm just not sure there was enough to change it.
I don't think I've ever seen one team walk back and then walk back to where they thought it was a catch and then walk all the way back to the original line of scrimmage before the play.
Wow, that's
a first.
That was a swing of emotions. Each sideline initially thinking each one was going to come up on the positive side. That was pretty good.
I mean, look, David Tyree did catch a ball off his helmet here, right? In the Super Bowl, so you never know.
Absolutely.
What you're going to see. What we know is this: after all that, it'll be a 3rd and a very short one with 55 seconds to go in the half. And so it's quarterback sneak mode, and Hurts chokes forward to get it. I mean, he was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but it didn't even matter.
Yeah, there's 2 approaches. Sometimes you go low. That time, Chris Jones went high, and he got taken for a ride.
37 seconds and counting. Hurts. Some pressure his way, floats backward and throws it away.
Well, Chris Jones was tired of getting mushed in the head, so he just decided to just jump over the line of scrimmage. And initially he stopped him, but for anyone who has watched Jalen Hurts all the way back in his college days, he's about as strong a quarterback as there is, and that is a big man hanging on his neck. Chris Jones is like, what more do I have to do?
Well, if you had any questions, you could go on the web and check out Jalen Hurts squatting. It's out there. He's pretty good at it. Look at this. Quarterback sneaks. That's unbelievable. 33 of 37. Play clock winding down. 28 seconds left in the half. Let's take a timeout. And they will. So they'll have one left and 20 seconds left. Well, these teams, pretty similar years. And in reality, they have been the best teams in the league all year. They've both earned the #1 seed. I mean, look how close it is. Both 16-3.
Kansas City and the MVP runner-up. I mean, the similarities between these two teams. That's why they're both #1 seeds and two best teams in the league.
Eagles have just owned the football. Look at that. Patrick Mahomes has been on the field for 8 minutes. Here's Hurts. Third down. A.J. Brown wide open. First down and more. Cuts inside the 30. Gets a block, and he's inside the 20 with 15 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and the biggest thing there is he preserves their final timeout. Watch this route. You start him outside, you widen the corner, and then you snap it across his face on the slant. Jalen Watson, the young rookie, up playing press man against one of the best route runners in the NFL. And A.J. Brown having the awareness to get out of bounds, allow Philadelphia to keep that timeout in their pocket, which now allows them to throw the ball anywhere on the field, knowing they can still stop the clock.
Hurts has time, gets over the middle to Gainwell, who gets hit immediately by McDuffie. Eagles have to use their final timeout and likely attempt a field goal here. They'll do it. And we'll see Jake Elliott trying to extend the Philly lead. Well, an eventful last couple minutes. Patrick Mahomes goes down, gets hurt, re-injuring that ankle. You hope that he's okay for the second half. The Eagles had a big play, 35-yard catch overturned to Devontae Smith. But they still get back in a field goal range here, trying to make it a 10-point game at the break.
And something I think that's important going to halftime here, a traditional NFL halftime, KB, is 13 minutes. You're in and you're out. Because this is the Super Bowl, we got Rihanna coming up. This is going to be a 29-minute halftime. It's a lot of time for Patrick Mahomes to be seated down. You wonder how he's going to feel coming out in the third quarter, getting back warmed up that ankle.
35-yard try. Jake Elliott up, and it is through. And the Eagles extend to a 10-point lead at the half. And Patrick Mahomes will tend to that ankle. Chiefs do get the ball first in the second half. So there it is. Eagles up 24-14. Stay tuned for the Jeep halftime. And the wait is over.
Okay, floating down. I would have been lost, and I'm not good at height, so I wouldn't have been somebody on stage. They would have had to keep me on the ground dancing in one of those suits.
I was going to say, one thing we learned at the beginning of halftime is that Rihanna is not afraid of heights. She was way up there. Yes, the crowd got into it from the very beginning, and a very good performance.
I turned my flashlight on.
Hey,
sounding bright like a diamond, Howie. You always do.
There you go. You did your part. All right, we will see how the second half goes. The Kansas City Chiefs down by double digits. Patrick Mahomes, will he be able to come back from that ankle injury? We will find out as the Chiefs get the ball first to start the second half. Second half coming up here at the Super Bowl right after this.
Chiefs do get the ball to start the quarter. Welcome inside the booth. He's Greg Olson. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Look, obviously we're going to be watching about Patrick Mahomes. How's his ankle after that hit at the end of the half? But for Kansas City, it's how do they stop Philadelphia? The Eagles have been aggressive, and really, except for the fumble defensive touchdown, they haven't been stopped.
Yeah, and we started the broadcast when Philadelphia got the ball first after Andy Reid decided to decline after winning the coin toss. We said everything about their DNA, the fabric of this team, is how do we get a lead as fast as possible. Yeah. That's exactly how the first half went. You mentioned Nick Sirianni being true to his identity of a fourth down aggressive play caller. We saw Andy Reid settle for a field goal on their lone fourth down try. And Nick Sirianni's taking a completely different route.
Yeah, I mean, after that Nick Bolton fumble recovery touchdown, they went for it on 4th and 5, had a big Jalen Hurts run. They went for it again on 4th, got an offsides call, and they scored. That really has been the big difference in this game. But the Chiefs get it first, and we'll see Mahomes right away as this second half is underway, and they'll start from the 25. What did you learn at the half, Aaron Andrews?
Well, it is Chiefs policy. They don't make Mahomes, but I think this is pretty official. He's out there on the field. We saw him running out of the tunnel after halftime. He was still favoring that right ankle, but he flashed a smile a couple of times. A couple teammates came over to him. He shook his head, said he's fine. Remember, Kev, going into this game, he said running and cutting, still an issue.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to play. He's going to get it out. He's tough. Now we'll see how it affects him. Down by 10, they'll get the run game going with Pacheco. Sprinting to the outside, and that's a good start. Get Pacheco in the run game going, who got off to a quick time. I'll tell you, the Chiefs, just think about this. Look at the comparison. Chiefs, 9 plays in the last hour and 35 minutes.
I mean, and a lot's been made about taking, possessing the ball. If you're Philadelphia, keeping Patrick Mahomes, as you see standing on the sideline. But it's the style in which this Philadelphia offense has taken with this aggressive pass first to set up the run mentality.
Here's Pacheco again, racing to the edge, trying to get to the first down, and is yanked down short. So we go downstairs to Tom.
Well, Kevin, talking to Nick Sirianni coming at half, he said if it is Chad Henne or if Patrick Mahomes is hindered, they do have a defensive plan in place. Offensively, most pleased with their ability to possess the ball and keep the Chiefs offense off the field. As for his message, he said all season long, we've talked about
we lost Tom's mic there. Apologize about that. 3rd and 1. Chiefs haven't converted a 3rd down yet. They try here. McKinnon will get it, and then some. The big hole for McKinnon, converting the 3rd down.
Yeah, they sneak Jerick McKinnon in. He's the offset fullback. He's just going to go, and he's just going to run a little fullback counter. They don't pull anybody, just a little inside zone, weak side. Sky Moore, the wide receiver, was at tailback. Nice little wrinkle there by Andy Reid on that 3rd down.
Here's Mahomes in some trouble, and a catch, I think, by Kelsey. Boy, low throw. He went down to get it, and he's going to have a 1st down. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and those low catches are often the hardest ones. I mean, he pulls it right off the top of his shoes. Can't quite keep his feet, but a nice job there by Mahomes. It's a big man, Jordan Davis, pulling him down, and takes a little shot to the face, but that's a big pickup. This is the drive they need. You see him going with a little urgency and tempo. They know what they're up against.
Got a little jet sweep to Sky Moore, looking for some blocking, has some. And Moore thought he could have had more there. That's what Tom was telling you about, what the Eagles felt about Mahomes, and he was on the field for 8 minutes. Showed you that graphic. But on the move now, at a 2nd down. Backside pressure, throws on the run, and has a completion and a 1st down. It's Justin Watson who makes the catch. And he's got 13 more yards, and Mahomes looking all right on the ankle there.
Yeah, you see Hassan Reddick, number 7. He goes on the inside move. It allows Patrick Mahomes to just buy some time, flushing to his right. Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator in Philly, said we want him to get the ball out in under 2.5 seconds. We feel like the longer the play goes, the harder it is for us to hold up on the back end, and that's a great example of why.
Here's McKinnon right up the gut, and McKinnon slipped down and fell inside the 20, and then scurries forward for a couple more to the 18.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a few times, Kevin. Guys losing their footing on this turf. You saw Sky Moore on that little jet sweep on 1st down a couple plays ago. He had more yards to be had, and then you see there, Jerick McKinnon. I mean, he was untouched through that first wave of the defense and kind of went down on his own.
Mahomes, pocket collapsing, running around, looking, now he's going to take off. Has the 1st down, still on his feet. Mahomes down to the 5. Well, forget about the ankle. Somehow he's gotten through it, and it's a 1st and goal after a 12-yard run.
Well, I mean, what an impressive drive here to start the 3rd quarter, but just a great job by the offensive line. A lot's been made about this Philly defensive front, their ability to rush just 4. But this entire drive here, when they've needed to put one together, this Kansas City offensive line has stood tall, and Mahomes has had plenty of time.
1st and goal. Mahomes, floaty one. McKinnon is denied. Down at the 1. Edwards on the stop. So was Maddox with a little help. Andy Reid trying to get this offense grooving.
We had a chance to talk to Patrick Mahomes this week as they prepared for this Philadelphia front, and he said, I understand playing offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, it's by far the hardest team. He goes, I know I hold the ball a long time. I know I like to scramble and move. These offensive linemen have been trained to block and anticipate Patrick Mahomes' movement.
10th play of the drive here for Kansas City. Pacheco, right? Got it in! Touchdown!
Well, Jerick McKinnon, he's lined up at fullback and gotten the ball. We saw him run a little inside trap earlier, and this time he's the lead blocker for Isaiah Pacheco. And you talk about making a statement coming out of halftime. Andy Reid dialed him up, and Kansas City's back in it.
Now the extra by Bucker is up and good. Well, opening possession of the second half. Patrick Mahomes, you know that ankle hurts, but he took him 75 yards for the score, and it's a 3-point game. Got some brilliant minds in that photo. Rupert Murdoch, Elizabeth Murdoch, Elon Musk. Rupert pays our checks too, so that's always good. But yeah, everyone taking in Super Bowl 57 here in Glendale. And the Chiefs really answered a lot of questions, going right down the field on their opening drive. Patrick Mahomes had a 14-yard scramble on 3rd down, showing you that the ankle was okay. So back to a 3-point game. And let's try going downstairs to Tom again. Tom.
Well, the field conditions have been an issue since the pregame part. You'll see players having a hard time keeping their footing. And we've already seen almost half a dozen Eagles change their cleats. Hassan Reddick among them, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts. And then take a look after halftime. This is all of the folks out after the halftime performance by Rihanna trying to fill the divots. This is a new breed of grass called Tahoma 31. Look at the pile of cleats there. That's on the Eagles sideline, again, to try to improve the footing, which has been torn up. It's been an issue on this field in this stadium that the Chiefs brought up after their season opener all the way back in September. Something to continue to keep an eye on, guys.
Wow. Meanwhile, Aaron tells us no one has changed cleats on the Chiefs sideline, so we'll see how it holds up here in the second half. It's Hurts on 1st down, gets out to Miles Sanders, ball comes loose, no signal, picked up again by Bolton, who's in for the touchdown. Now Jalen Hurts wants an incomplete pass, so let's see.
Let's take a look here, KB. It looked pretty bang, so he clears it. Clearly catches it. I think that ball is incomplete. Mike Pereira is sitting off to my right side. He's signaling incomplete. Jarius Sneed came in and put a big hit right when that ball made contact. Let's see.
Ruling on the field is a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense for a touchdown.
Well, they review this, Mike, but give me what you see on this play.
You go through the whole process here. You get control, which he had, 2 feet down, which he had, but not time, in my opinion. You have to get a 3rd step down, an additional step. I think this is one they could expedite and change to incomplete, but we'll have to see.
Meanwhile, here's Nick Bolton, who already had a fumble recovery touchdown in the game. Can you imagine having 2? First, Travis Kelce says, let's have a catch. Now, they let it play out and ruled touchdown the field, but they're looking at it. Well, obviously a pretty pivotal call here. Eagles offense remains on the field. You see the Chiefs defense coming back on the field, so that may tell you what the call will be.
After review, the receiver did not complete the process of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
Mike Pereira, best in the business. Nice job, Mikey P.
Go. Let's look at it real speed. Bang, bang. What a hit by Sneed, and then Bolton, right place, right time. But it's incomplete. So we'll do it again. On a 2nd and 10. Four-man rush. Hurts, quick fire on the slant to A.J. Brown, who slipped a little bit there on the catch. Gets up to the 29. Be 3rd down and about 6.
Yeah, so far to start this half, you're going to see A.J. Brown on a little inside chair route. Again, can't quite come out of it, loses that right foot, but just such better leverage there by Williams and Gay. They call those vice tackles, meaning one guy on each side to kind of make that offensive player kind of have to run in between you and in space.
Third and 6. Hurts has a lot of time. Hurts firing for Goddard, and he hauled it in. Great catch by Dallas Goedert to convert. Justin Reed all over him.
Well, it's the first time we've called Dallas Goedert's name. He patterns a lot of his game after Travis Kelce, and that's really good coverage by Justin Reed. That's just a better ball and a better job there by Dallas Goedert separating on that crossing route.
Here's Hurts on the fake. It's at Quez Watkins, who's got his first catch here tonight. And Watkins down to the 47-yard line of Kansas City. He's got 8 yards for Philly. Hurts is having a big day passing the football. 20 of 26, 212 yards and a score. Go quickly here. On the fake. And nothing there. I think that's the interesting thing, is that, you know, the Eagles have owned this time of possession battle, but they've done it by passing, not necessarily by running.
Yeah, and the conventional wisdom that everyone anticipates, they say, okay, you want to keep Patrick Mahomes off, you got to play ball control, you need to run the ball a lot. That is not how it works anymore. Everything is about maintaining possession by being aggressive on early downs, throwing the ball. You can see them how they use these wide receiver screens as an extension. That's the new way of playing football nowadays, and Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen, they're ahead of the curve.
Gainwell finds his way for a first down. Kenneth Gainwell has had a big role in the playoffs at a 100-yard game against the Giants. He's been active today.
Yeah, this passing game, you know, rightfully so. A.J. Brown, we've called his name a bunch, and Devontae Smith. They get a lot of the headlines, both 1,000-yard-plus receivers. But we called Dallas Goedert earlier. We showed him on that conversion on third down. He's an all-pro caliber player, missed some time. But he's probably one of the unheralded tight ends across the league.
Here's Hurts. Pressure. Looks a step away and tucks and runs, but not much there. Well played by the Chiefs. Bolton was there again. He's had a big night, obviously. All right, now the Chiefs defense just looking for some answers. Eagles over 300 yards of offense so far in this game, and just possessing the ball and keeping Mahomes off the field.
And really the difference is all these third and fourth down tries are all under 5 yards. They're short ground to gain, you know, yards to gain. This offensive line is just completely overwhelming in the run game over this defensive line. They need to force more passing situations.
Down the middle, Watkins had it but dropped it. Had an opportunity there.
Well, this is just an impressive ball. There's an unblocked defender clearly in his face. You're going to see Quez Watkins. He's just running a big post. Juan Thornhill, the safety. That's good coverage. He's right on him. And just, that's a great ball. That's a ball that Quez Watkins is expected to come down with. Philadelphia here is late getting a substitution on. They're having trouble getting lined up here at the bottom of the screen.
Play clock at 1. And that's a whistle. It's either there's a flag, or do they see a timeout or no?
Play of game. Number 1, offense.
Play, and he just lets one of his assistant coaches had it. Yeah, you mentioned it. A very particular, they ended up just taking the delay game. Yeah, he was not happy. Wants to save those timeouts, but puts him in a third and real long.
Well, here's those passing situations you were talking about that they haven't been in. Got to get to the 34. Hurts lost one. Goddard. Did he hang on? What a catch! Dallas Goedert has got it for a first down. Oh my goodness!
Well, this ball, he's inbounds. This is so far the throw of the day. Let's take a look here. He catches it. Bobbles it. I think they got away with one there.
Oh, there's a penalty flag, far side of the field.
I'd like to go back and take a look at that. I think he double caught that ball, and by the time he caught it again, so he catch. Now watch the ball come loose. His left foot's down. Oh, it's really close whether that left foot was still on the ground when he caught it following the bobble.
Well, now they're discussing, Mike, we had this before with control with Devontae Smith, where his hands often enough where you have to start with the second part of the catch, looking at the 2 feet.
There were players in the bench area from the field. That's a substitution into the bench area. Therefore, the defense needs time to match up, and we did not allow that. Please set the game clock to 5:55. It will wind on my signal.
All right, let's go to the substitution issue first. So since the play ended up in the bench area, it's considered a substitution. The defense gets the chance to match up. After that, at this point, this play still could be challenged by Kansas City, and I'll tell you, it's awfully close.
Yeah, it's really close. That's still the ability to challenge, as Mike said, and so now he will. And so, again, catch on the field. Red challenge flag is down. And now, Mike, we're going to go back to, okay, after the substitution, is this a catch by Dallas Goedert?
Yeah, and again, you're looking at the process. Where does control start? Okay, if it's you had the clear loss of possession in air, and then you've got a left foot down, it's just
Kansas City is challenging the previous play of a completed catch. We'll review the play.
Well, Mike, we'll get back to that thought. We're going to take a commercial. We'll look at it some more. Challenge by Andy Reid in Kansas City. Back after this. Here's Sanders. Has been quiet this game. Tries to get to the edge. And Sanders taken out by Bolton. Such an interesting thought to not take a timeout there to save a delay of game, and then obviously worked out in their favor, right? I mean, you don't see that very often.
No, you don't. But what teams are realizing now is those blown timeouts, they're just really just from a lack of process. You get a play in late, you get a substitution problem. Teams are so used to taking these timeouts in situations. It's 3rd and 9. Make it 3rd and 14, but have 3 timeouts in your pocket at the end of the game. Teams are starting to understand how valuable that is in these close games.
Second down, right up the gut is Sanders, and going to be a little short. Be a 3rd down and 1 after that 5-yard gain. Another long drive by Philadelphia. The 12th play of it coming up here.
Yeah, I just can't get that 3rd and 14 pass. I mean, I know strategy and how forget all that. That throw when Jalen Hurts let go of that ball, I thought it was a pick. That's his throw of the game to convert that 3rd down.
A shocker, they're not lined up as a quarterback sneak here. Boston Scott in the game at running back. Now a little flip. Sanders has it. He's not going to get there. Bolton was there again. I'm assuming Nick Sirianni goes again. That's what he does on 4th down.
Take a look. Unbalanced. Jack Stoll, that's the tight end. 3 offensive linemen. Jordan Mailata, the left tackle, comes over and plays right tight end, but yeah, they're holding it. They sub, so they're going to give them a chance to match the substitution.
4th and 1. Hurts burrowing forward, and he's got another one. It's unbelievable how good they are at this. And another 4th down try and another conversion for the Eagles.
I mean, it's a helpless feeling when you know what the opposing team is going to run. You line up every big body you have inside there.
And another one, so essentially 3 for 3, but it's the threat of going, right?
Yeah, and you talk about maintaining possession. Think how many extra plays now they've maintained the ball on offense because of how many times they've chose not to either kick a field goal or punt on 4th down.
Play clock winding down, they get it off. Here's Hurts with a lot of time. Now some pressure comes. Tucks it and runs and tiptoes his way. Let's see where they put him. Right around the 20. That seems to be right. And Hurts out at the 20. All right, there you go. Skycam coverage today provided by Bud Light. So Hurts actually lost a yard where they put it. So that is the first sack of the day by anyone. Colin Saunders will get credit for it. Hard to believe we got the 2 top sack teams in the league. It's the first one today. 2nd and 11. Over the middle and low throw, and it's incomplete. Try to get it to Goddard. Man, heard that hit all the way up here.
Wow, Trent McDuffie, the defensive back, he's on the wrong side of this hit. Big Jason Kelce just comes and lays the wood. That's the second time they've run the play. They're trying to get Dallas Goedert on a little inside tight end screen, and both times it hasn't married up. Chris Jones, Frank Clark, both lined up here at the bottom of the screen.
I don't know if they got that playoff. And looks like
Philadelphia.
Well, there you go. Call their timeout there as the play clock was winding down again. Well, here to help kick off the second half was Julia Crossley from Gilbert, Arizona. Julia selected as this year's NFL Play 60 Super Kid for her involvement in Fuel Up to Play 60, the NFL and America's Dairy Farmers Youth Wellness Program. Visit NFL.com/Play60 to access free online resources. All right, so each team 2 timeouts left the rest of the way now. 3rd and 11 for the Eagles. They've already converted a 3rd and 14 on this drive.
Yeah, you mentioned these are the best 2 defensive lines in the league at generating sacks. Chris Jones, Frank Clark, number 95 and 55. They're paired up together here on a little overload. This is them 2 right there. Expect Jason Kelce, the center. He's going to work towards Chris Jones to the right. Try to see if they can find a one-on-one.
4-man rush. Hurts over the middle. Gainwell catches, has a way to go, and he's not going to get there. Bolton again. What a kick stop, and will force a field goal try.
Yeah, nice job there by Bolton. Nice job collecting himself, keeping proper leverage, and just a really nice open field tackle. This second half, the tackling has been so much better. I mean, that drive was sustained because of a couple really nice plays in the air by Jalen Hurts. But that's a big stop, as you mentioned. We've talked about some of their struggles when opponents get down inside their red.
There's Jake Elliott from 33 yards right down the middle. And it's a 6-point lead. 27-21 Eagles here in the 3rd. Super Bowl 57, a lot of great ones in the past. This one living up to the billing.
Checking in? Yes.
You remembered her.
57 on Fox. It's a 6-point Eagles lead late in this 3rd quarter. Another long drive by the Eagles. Tied for the longest drive play-wise in Super Bowl history. 17 plays, 7:45. And they had to settle for a field goal, though, so the Chiefs did their job, only down by 6. Eagles have run double the plays, Greg, of the Chiefs, yet they're only up by 6. With all that being said, as it's time now for tonight's Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. It's on the legs of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty telling stat of just the impact all season Jalen Hurts has made with his legs. I mean, a big reason for this, 19. What that means is plus 19 over expected. Of the 62 first downs he's converted as a runner, that's 19 more than the average baseline quarterback in similar situations is expected to get. A lot of that, though, Kevin, is because of those quarterback sneaks.
Now Mahomes looking to throw, gets Kelce involved, and Edwards with a solid tackle. Just a short game. Meanwhile, we've been showing you players slipping, especially in the middle of the field. And yeah, that's another one. Elliott was lucky to get that off.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't twist his ankle.
I mean, look at that.
I mean, that left ankle, it's starting to affect everybody.
That's a problem. Keep an eye on it here. 2nd down 7 for Kansas City. Mahomes, quick hitter, and the catch is made by Juju Smith-Schuster. Just his 2nd catch today.
All right, so keep your eyes right here on Edwards. That's the read player on this RPO, right? It's a run pass option. The second he takes it and he moves there, see this window, ball. That's exactly where Patrick Mahomes' eyes are on just number 57, TJ Edwards. You're just trying to put him in a bind as a run defender and a pass defender.
Here's Pacheco, a little stutter shake. Pacheco running hard, and he's down near a 1st down. Maybe a football length short. Has taken us to what likely is the last play of this 3rd quarter. Pacheco, game where the Eagles have doubled up on plays. They've doubled up on time of possession. Chiefs Only down 6. See if they try to get one more play for the third quarter. They will. Second and short. Going to run to Pacheco. First down and more. Pacheco still going. Good solid run by Isaiah Pacheco all the way down to the 44. And the Chiefs with a little momentum as we end this third quarter. It's Philadelphia 27. Kansas City 21 after 3.
Every Sunday you watch us.
Watch party in Accra, Ghana, to a Chiefs viewing party in Munich, Germany. It's just so awesome to see all the reaction. So much passion for the NFL around the world. So cool. We've got ourselves a great game set up for an awesome finish. We start the fourth quarter. Eagles 27, Chiefs 21, Kansas City on the move. Mahomes has time. Over the middle, has his man. It's caught by Smith-Schuster for a first down.
Yeah, nice job here by Juju Smith-Schuster. He's just going to run a little inside basic, and there's just a huge void in the middle of the field. Mahomes starts his eyes to the right, works through his progression, tongue out, sidearm, wide open.
First down, pressure right away, and maybe someone moved there as a penalty flies. Josh Sweat almost had the snap count. Maybe a little too early.
Offside.
Yep.
Number 94, defense, unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, first down.
You see Josh Sweat there. He's just trying to get a beat on the Patrick Mahomes snap count. Clearly too early. Sometimes you see the officials let that play go, and you'll see offenses take a big shot and try to get a free play. But if they deem has a clear path towards hitting the quarterback, they'll err on the safe side and whistle it dead like they did there.
So a 1st and 5 after all that. Kadarius Toney in the backfield now along with Jarrett Kitton. Toney goes away. Mahomes looking to throw. Wanted Toney. Said has Schuster open again. Juju Smith-Schuster heating up on this drive. And another first down for the Chiefs with a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, it's a great play design. You'll see Juju Smith-Schuster. He goes out like he's going to block Avonte Maddox, and then he just turns it up into a little wheel route. It was the Kadarius Toney kind of fly motion pre-snap out to the left that drew the eyes of Avonte Maddox. And Juju's able to find that little pocket along the sideline.
3 receptions on the drive for Juju. On first down, Mahomes looking over the middle. A catch is made again by Drew. Greg, you know, we told you about this Eagles defense sack-wise being historic, 3rd best all-time. Chiefs offensive line has really done an amazing job. No sacks allowed, and really not too many pressures either.
They really have, and if you look back on that last Super Bowl appearance by this Kansas City Chiefs team, the difference in that game, the reason they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was because of that fearsome pass rush and their inability to protect. They've revamped this offensive line for this very reason.
McKinnon trying to get to the edge, and it's well defense there. Marcus Epps, some help from James Bradbury, and up comes third down.
You have to wonder if Andy Reid in his mind is thinking, I don't have to get a touchdown here. I just have to get to the 2-yard line for a fresh set of downs. And is he thinking in his head, I have 2 downs to pick up this first?
Quick throw. Toney's got it. Toney walks in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
This second half has been an offensive clinic for the Kansas City Chiefs. They start Toney. He comes in a short motion. They're trying to pass it off. They're expecting him to run some sort of shallow, some sort of over route. 2 guys end up going with Travis Kelce, and he's wide open for a walk-in touchdown.
And so the extra point would give Kansas City their first lead of the day. Second half, this offense has come alive. Butker, and the extra point is up, and it is good. And so the Chiefs with a nice drive. Mahomes feeling it. And for the first time today, they've got the lead in this fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. And, you know, Mahomes' the big issue is that he just simply wasn't on the field. He had the ankle injury. half, but somehow he keeps playing through it, and the Chiefs' offense has come to life. Hurts has played well all game. In this half, there's only been 3 possessions, 2 touchdowns by Kansas City, 1 field goal by the Eagles. That's it. Let's go downstairs to EA.
It's been a tale of 2 halves here, Kevin, emotion-wise. First half, we weren't seeing any of this, obviously. Patrick Mahomes fired up, and you guys were giving some love to this offensive line for the job they've done. Jerick McKinnon loving it. Isaiah Pacheco loving it. Defense now has to step up. I love what Patrick Mahomes told us this week. You know, we've been in a lot of close games. I know our KC fans have been nervous about it. They don't like it, but we have a lot of experience.
It's a lead for the Chiefs. It's the first time Philly has trailed this entire postseason, and 12:04 left to go in this one. Trying to get it over there. The catch is made to Goddard. Somehow he's going to pick up 4 yards or so.
Yeah, Carlos Dunlap was in his face. Great job there by Jalen Hurts just to buy enough time. Gets it over Chanel's head, and another really nice contested catch. You see Hurts kind of taken to the ground there, but watch this catch, reaching over the top. Leo Chanel, number 54. Goddard's made a couple nice contested catches.
6 catches for him today, 60 yards. And a second down and 5 for the Eagles. There is Hurts, quick throw. Haskell again makes the catch, but that's not going to do much. Just picked up maybe 2.5. It'll be a 3rd down and short. Third and 2. Blitz coming. Hurts in deep trouble. Gets away. Throws across his body. Incomplete. Willie Gay with the speed. And Hurts had nowhere to go. And the Chiefs defense making a stand.
Steve Spagnuolo, his pressure scheme is designed to get unblocked defenders. In this case, number 50, Willie Gay, usually plays inside linebacker. Him as a rush boundary player. And it's just enough to get Jalen Hurts to move to his left. Nowhere to go down the field, and following that last Kansas City touchdown, the defense gets their first 3 and out.
Just the 2nd punt of the day for Philadelphia. Here's Siposs. Low sinking kick. Tony on the run. Still up on his feet. Tony has a wall. It's another block. Tony inside the 20. Tony still going, and he's down to the 5.
KB, that return is all set up from a bad low line drive punt by Aaron Siposs, the punter, back from that injury. Kadarius Toney starts to his left, and the entire wall was built to his right side. He's able to get to it and has Kansas City set up for a big possession here down inside the 10.
The longest punt return in Super Bowl history has the Chiefs set up there. Boy, there had never been a punt return touchdown in Super Bowl history, and that sure looked like it was going to get there. And now it's on the Eagles defense with 10 minutes to go.
Well, before, it's almost like he knew something. Dave Tobe, he's the special teams coordinator here in Kansas City. One of the best to do it for a long time. He pulled me aside in pregame. He said, I'm just letting you guys know, there's never been a punt return touchdown in NFL history. I said, are you trying to tell me something? It's almost like he knew. Well, they came up 5 yards short, but, oh, here we go.
Look at this. Sky Moore in motion. Mahomes, what's he going to do? He's going to throw for the end zone. Incomplete. Whole lot of moving and shaking, but it incomplete and sets up 3rd and goal.
So take a look. Watch back here. They're in jumbo. But watch, the right tackle, Andrew Wiley, he's eligible. He's going to block, and he's going to go out for a route. That is a great job by Marcus Epps seeing it. And Mahomes has nowhere to go with the ball.
Lucas Niang in at right tackle now for Andrew Wiley.
You're not allowed to go from an eligible to ineligible player on back-to-back plays.
Blitz coming. Mahomes, man wide open. Touchdown Chiefs at Sky Moore.
Andy Reid has really found something here in the second half. 3 straight touchdown drives. It's the same exact play they ran earlier with Kadarius Toney, and they don't pass it off again. We saw Toney do it on the previous touchdown. 2 guys went with Kelsey. All they did was swap out Sky Moore for Kadarius Toney, flipped it to the left side, and same result.
Butker, extra point is up and good, and the Chiefs have exploded in the second half. Kadarius Toney acquired in a midseason trade with the Giants, a 65-yard punt return, the longest in Super Bowl history. He set up Sky Moore, and the Chiefs 35-27. You go to NFL.com/MVP and vote now. The Chiefs have exploded in the second half. 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns, and Mahomes in the fourth quarter has taken over. A little help from Kadarius Toney and that 65-yard punt return, the longest in Super Bowl history. So it's the Eagles down by 8 now, with plenty of time, 9:22 to go. Back to the score, Greg.
Okay, so they're going to bring pressure up the middle. So Avonte Maddox, his biggest fear is that Sky Moore comes in this motion or a flat route. So you see Avonte Maddox, he's almost running it, anticipating like, I can't get over there fast enough to let him have a clean. Whoop, he puts his foot in the ground. He comes back to where he started. Kansas City right now, sidelines rolling.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney, a touchdown receiving, the big punt return, and the largest lead of the day for the Chiefs. How do the Eagles respond? Hurts going to try to get the run game going with Sanders, and he works his way out to the 30 for a gain of 5. Pretty incredible. We came out of the half. You wonder if Mahomes could walk with the ankle. Chiefs didn't have the ball at all. They've had 3 possessions, scored touchdowns in all of them. They've totally flipped the script.
And they really have. And now they've put Philadelphia, where we talked at the start of the show, they want to force Philadelphia to play from behind, which makes them into a more pass-heavy, come-from-behind offense, which Jalen Hurts is completely capable of doing. Just by the nature of their games this year, they haven't been asked to do it very often.
They did it once against Indianapolis. That's it. 2nd and 5. Sanders again tries to get to the edge and bounces up near a first down. Going to be a yard short. And so a 3rd and short. Just everything 4-down territory for Nick Sirianni here. I know there's plenty of time.
Yeah, I don't think so. Right now, backed up on your own 30. This would have to be a real short 4th down. You got to imagine we're going to continue to see the sneak fest.
You will. Hurts. Oh, that last surge, I think, is going to get it.
Yeah.
He didn't have it initially.
Absolutely. He was definitely short. You said it, KB, and he got a nice little push in the back from the running backs, and he had to get to that 35-yard line. You see A.J. Brown kind of giving him a little shove in the back, and it's just enough to get him past that yard to gain.
There it is. That did it. Drive continues. 1st and 10 with 7.5 to play. Back to throw. Pressure up the middle. Looking for someone. Nothing there for Hurts, who's going to scurry out of bounds right around the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard. That was Chris Jones on the pressure.
Well, we knew this was a matchup to watch. Watch Chris Jones working on the interior here. Landon Dickerson, the left guard. He beats him inside. Jordan Mailata does just enough to kind of shield him. But again, it flushes Jalen Hurts to his left. Kansas City feels if they get him to move out of the pocket, they're better off moving him to his left as opposed to moving to his dominant side as a right-handed quarterback.
Pressure gets it to A.J. Brown, still on his feet up across the 40, and then taken down there. But Brown gets out to the 41 or so. Forward here. Shane Steichen dialing up the biggest play calls of his life, down by 8. Blitz coming. Hurts reads it, throws in stride as Brown has got a first down into Chiefs territory.
Yeah, this is a great job. This is cover zero. Everybody's coming on a blitz. It's man-to-man on the back end. Great job there by the right tackle, Lane Johnson. You always want to block the inside rushers, leave the widest men free.
Hurts has some time, going deep. Got a man, DeVonta Smith. He's got it. He is out of bounds at the 1.
Yeah, just L'Jarius Sneed gets caught inside on Zach Pascal, and he just doesn't sink far enough. DeVonta Smith has to slow up a little bit and come back for that ball, and they're going to go tempo here and push it in.
First and goal. They try to shove Hurts over the end zone, waiting for a signal. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. And now they have to go for 2 for the tie, you would think. The 46-yard pass to Smith sets up Hurts with another rushing touchdown, a Super Bowl record, by the way, for quarterbacks. That's his 3rd.
Well, talk about answering the bell. Jalen Hurts finds himself down 8. Halfway through the 4th quarter, he makes one of the biggest throws of his career to a wide open DeVonta Smith, and they're a 2-point play away from making this thing all tied up.
Hurts looking for a block, and he gets there. He's in. We're tied in Super Bowl 57. Wow, 46 yards to DeVonta Smith. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman of the Eagles. Here's Smith, who got wide open. And then Hurts, a Super Bowl record, 3 rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The 2-point conversion is good. And we are tied. The Busch Guide, Cole down. And what we have in Super Bowl 57 is a tie game with 5:15 to go. 35 all, Chiefs, Eagles. Well, a lot of celebs taking in a really great Super Bowl here today in Glendale. Gordon Ramsay here. LeBron is here taking it in. Jay-Z. Watching Rihanna at halftime. Adele. Floyd Mayweather always at the big events. Paul McCartney here in Arizona. Oh, it's your turn, Patrick Mahomes. 5:15 to go. Give it off. Pacheco. Inside run, and he works his way out to about the 28. Give him 3 yards on that play.
So in this half, we've seen Andy Reid really break down this defense of Philadelphia. He has their number so far. Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator, needs to make a change, a tendency breaker, change the picture for Patrick Mahomes, both pre and post snap.
Mahomes slings it. Juju Smith-Schuster, first down for the Chiefs. He's come alive in this second half. That's his 6th catch today. 5 in this half.
Yeah, just a lot of space right now, and the nature of this defense, the entire concept behind it. You heard the story come out this morning. Vic Fangio kind of volunteered his time, 2-week kind of stint before he joins the Dolphins. It's to stress the quarterback with deep zones, and right now Patrick Mahomes is just picking them apart.
Gonna run it here. Pacheco, hard cut. Oh, gets smashed at the 40. My goodness, C.J. Gardner-Johnson with a big hit. And Pacheco is hurt after that collision.
Wow, take a look.
Goodness, hope he's okay. Injury timeout from Arizona. Owner Jeffrey Lurie, Andy Reid trying to win a 2nd Lombardi Trophy with the Chiefs. Nick Sirianni in his 2nd year trying to win his 1st with the Eagles. 2nd and 8, 4:18 to go. Here's Mahomes. Kelsey has it, just his 3rd catch of the half, and Travis Kelce should have a first down. Now Now it looks like maybe they mark it a little bit short. Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd and short here. Isaiah Pacheco back in the game after taking that vicious hit, so that's good news. And now Kelce is banged up, so he goes out. As Gardner Johnson on the tackle, he might have gone the whole way.
Yeah, watch at the end here. Sweat thinks he's going to be kicked out by these guards pulling. He kind of gives himself up. Watch, he kind of dives on the ground, and that's what gets the edge. You saw Joe Tooney, the left guard, number 62, and that is a great open field tackle. We've seen Gardner Johnson, number 23, come down from his safety position now twice on Pacheco and make 2 big open field tackles in this drive.
Mahomes in trouble, gets away. Mahomes racing with the bad ankle and all, inside the 20, and he's taken down. Somehow, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, as pass rushers, this is where you don't want him to escape. You don't want him to be able to move up vertically in the pocket. That's exactly where he's able to go, and you said it, that ankle, that doesn't look very injured. Obviously, the huge play at the end of the AFC Championship game to set up the game-winning field goal, and he's given everything he has right now, and he's fighting through some stuff.
Hey, no question, you see the grimace. He's definitely in pain. 1st and 10, 2:10 to go in this regulation here. Here is Pacheco dancing up the middle, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. All tied at 35, Eagles and Chiefs. 2 minutes to go, Eagles in field goal range, looking for more drama. It's Super Bowl 57. Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, and you know what? This has been pretty darn good. So here are the Chiefs, 2 minutes left, each team with 2 timeouts, obviously already in field goal range, even though Harrison Butker missed one earlier today. Low snap, Mahomes gets rid of it. Juju Smith-Schuster looking for some blocking, gets taken down. Now what's the strategy here?
Yeah, so Nick Sirianni, he's take one of his last 2 remaining timeouts, which sets up 3rd down. Now, if you're Kansas City and you happen to bust one, whether they decide to put the ball in the air or they just play it safe and hand the ball off and force Philadelphia to take their final timeout, if you get in the open field, once you pass the 1st down marker, get down. You don't need to score here. Give yourself up, get a fresh set of downs, and you can really wind this clock down for what would potentially be just a game-winning field goal.
Reminder, stay tuned. The Next Level Chef postgame featuring the Vince Lombardi Trophy ceremony and Bud Light postgame celebration. 1:54 left. Greg set it up for you. 35 all, 3rd and 8. Pressure, lofting one, end zone incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster couldn't catch up. There's a flag at the 10. Hang on, there's a penalty.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 24, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario. You'll see James Bradbury, they're going to say he grabs him. He's got his left hand on his back. I don't know. Mike, listen, I think on this stage, I think you let him play. Obviously, Holmes thought he saw it. I don't know. I think you let him play, finish this thing out. I don't love that call, Mike.
I mean, I think you got to see the whole thing. It seemed to me at the initial break, he grabbed the back of the jersey and pulled it. If we see that, I think that is a hold.
Now the Chiefs can essentially run it down to the field goal try with McKinnon. See what he decides to do here.
Yeah, he's got to get down. He's got to get down.
And he does. I mean, there'll be mere seconds left if they take it down and kick a field goal and have to kick off to Philadelphia.
Yeah, you clearly saw Philadelphia is just giving them the green light there. So nice job, nice awareness there by McKinnon to stay inbounds and give himself up and not just walk in for a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, let's go back to this penalty. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Mike. He's trying to run a little whip route, sell the shallow cross. I know he's got that right hand. I get it. I just think in this moment, oh man, that is a game-altering penalty. So now the same thing here. You got to imagine the ball's on the 2-yard line. Philadelphia's defense is just going to let them have this score. So you imagine the message into the huddle is, if you do hand it off, which you could just take a knee, but if you do hand it off, just give yourself up. We'll see what they decide. Probably just take a knee, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're just going to wait. Mahomes dancing back there now. He wastes as much time as possible. Boy, that's a tough way to finish what's been a classic. Chiefs still have to kick the field goal, obviously. And a reminder, they missed one earlier with Harrison Butker from 42 yards out. Hit the doink off the post. Well, right now, it's about a 25-yard field goal. See, the key is here at Kansas City. Looks like they're willing to take a timeout, and they will. So they could run this play and then try the game-winning field goal, and then essentially there's, 8 seconds left for a kickoff.
Yeah, you're going to see it. It's going to come at the top of the screen. This is Juju. He's going to come in motion, and he's just going to try to run a little whip route, sell the shallow cross, and then peel back out. See James Bradbury. I mean, to me, it looks like he's in good position. I know right now Philadelphia fans are losing their minds and Kansas City fans are screaming at me, but just it changes the entire complexion of how this classic game is going to end.
Still have to get Mahomes here. There you go. So the Chiefs will set up for a Super Bowl 57 game-winning field goal. So here comes Harrison Butker. Sent the Chiefs to the Super Bowl with a game winner against the Bengals 2 weeks ago. Started his season with an injury here in this stadium in week 1. And now trying to go down to the history books.
We're going to let this thing run down every second Andy Reid can get. He'll take his final timeout.
And he does just that. So officially 11 seconds left. It'll be a 27-yard field goal try for Harrison Butker. Keep in mind, there's been some slipping on this field too. So even though it's a short field goal, some pressure here.
Yeah, and what's interesting is you saw Mahomes on that. He centered the ball, which puts him right in the middle of that paint. Right, that paint that we've seen, guys. Listen, I'm not trying to jinx Harrison. He's a former teammate of mine in Carolina. I don't wish anything on anyone, but
for the lead. Butker up, got it. The Chiefs 8 seconds away. Everything perfect there. Snap and hold, no slipping on the turf. And Patrick Mahomes with a big second half for Kansas City. A 24-point second half. And now the Eagles need some big-time magic. Little squib kick here, taken by Gainwell, the up man, and going to slide down with 5 seconds left. Try to set up one final play, make it 4 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, every team practices this situation. It's pretty clearly desperation mode. So the idea is you want to try to get the ball out as quick as you can in space, get your ball carriers, get your athletes in a lateral position, and just try to keep the play alive. And really, at this point, you're just hoping for a miracle. You can see Kansas City, they have all their defensive linemen out of the game. These are all linebackers, defensive ends.
Here we go. Hurts as all day. Now some rushers come. Going to throw it as far as his arm can take it, which is well short. And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57. Let's go downstairs to Tom Rinaldi. He's got Andy Reid.
Andy, you scored on every possession of the second half. What was the difference?
Well, I'll give the credit to the big O-line and to Pat Mahomes and all those guys around him. Eric Bieniemy was phenomenal also.
Patrick Mahomes clearly hindered. What does he continue to show in these efforts, Andy?
Well, he's the MVP. I mean, that's all that needs to be said, right? MVP. And he saw it tonight.
What does the moment mean to you, Andy?
It means a lot. I could kiss you right now, but I'm not going to do that.
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, I got to hear what happened in that locker room. I want to hear from both of you. What was said?
I mean, it was just everybody. It didn't come from one person. Everybody said we had to step our game up. Our defense played their ass off in that second half. And our offense, we found a way. Man, I just want to thank everybody, man. Everybody on this team, man. We battled. Oh, sorry for my language. Hey, get this man right here. Right here.
I know you're emotional.
Man, one of y'all said the Chiefs were going to take it home this year. Not a single one. Feel that? Feel it? And on top of that, next time the Chiefs say something, put some respect on our name.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what I feel right now. In this second half, you guys scored on every possession. When you guys went into the second half, we didn't even know how this guy was feeling. Why? What did you figure out with this defense?
It was just all hard. We knew we didn't play our best. We knew we didn't play for each other as much as we wanted to. That first half was just, it was a big moment. It was a big game. A lot of guys playing a little uncharacteristic, and we were just able to, regroup at halftime and figure it out in that second half, man. We were flying around.
You both told me, going into this year, you heard what people were saying. They're rebuilding. Tyreek is gone. There's a new quarterback in the AFC, couple new quarterbacks. You'll win the MVP, and now you win their second Super Bowl.
MV Pat, you can't say enough about what this guy means to Kansas City and this team.
What does it mean to you?
And I mean, it's just, I told y'all before the season, we got Coach Andy Reid. We got guys like Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Frank Clark. We're going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. At the end of the day, we're going to be the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're going to celebrate this right here, baby. We're going to celebrate this the right way.
Go celebrate, guys. Congratulations. Kev, back up to you.
Great job, guys. And another one. Second in the last 4 years. Next Level Chef postgame featuring the Vince Lombardi Trophy Ceremony. Bud Light postgame celebration is next. And the Kansas City Chiefs take Super Bowl 57, 38-35 over the Eagles.
Welcome to the Next Level Chef postgame show.
In 1997, there was the Jordan flu game. In 2004, the Kurt Schilling bloody sock game. Here in 2023, Patrick Mahomes and his sprained ankle have been added to the legend of sports performances to win a championship. The Chiefs grabbed their second Super Bowl title in 4 years. We'll be back with the Vince Lombardi Trophy presentation after this. Seven proves to be a comeback for the ages. We welcome you to the trophy presentation, brought to you by Bud Light, making it easy to celebrate and easy for fans to enjoy. Let's go to the field for the presentation.
The field for the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. What a football game tonight. Congratulations to everybody, to the fans. It doesn't get any better than that, reflective of the entire 2022 season. Clark, to you, your family, particularly Norma, upstairs, I know she's loving this. An incredible accomplishment. 2 Super Bowls in 4 seasons. What an accomplishment. So to you, Coach Reed, your entire organization, those incredible players behind us, you are Super Bowl champions again. Congratulations.
Clark, on behalf of Fox Sports, let me be the first to congratulate you on an amazing game. You are such a fortunate owner for winning our Super Bowl 2 of the last 4 years. How blessed do you feel you have the big guy behind you, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, you're exactly right. What a beautiful trophy, and we couldn't have done it without one of the best coaches in the history of the National Football League, Andy Reid. And what an amazing performance today by Patrick Mahomes and his teammates.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Clark. And big guy. Let me get the big guy in here. Come on, waddle over here. Congratulations, Andy.
No.
This had to be, you've done this before. I remember in the 49ers Super Bowl, nothing until the fourth quarter. And this game's something similar. All of a sudden, your offense just started going. What was the difference?
Well, I contribute that to the offensive line, Pat Mahomes, and the rest of the offensive players. They did a great job. Eric Bieniemy was tremendous down the stretch there, putting things together, and it was just by all the coaches, both sides of the ball.
Well, I want to congratulate you, and I know that you're up in years now like me, and I just know that it's got to be a time that where all these Super Bowls you got to say to yourself, time to ride off into the sunset. That's not going to happen, is it?
No. I'm going to enjoy this one right here. I'm going to tell you, this is unbelievable. Philadelphia, you did a great job. It was a great game. But how about those Chiefs? That's what we're talking about.
Have a cheeseburger on us and enjoy their Hawaiian shirts.
I will. That's
congratulations,
why
Thank you. Patrick, come here, bub. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Super Bowl 57 MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City. This is kind of the way you play football. You go out at the half. We're all sitting up there at Fox going, oh, my God, he re-injured the ankle. But you knew you'd be able to play second half, right?
Man, we challenged each other. It took everybody to win this football game. So shout out my team, baby. We're Super Bowl champs, baby. Let's go.
Congratulations, Patrick. Enjoy this, man.
I appreciate it.
2 and 4 years. Is that a dynasty?
I'm not going to say dynasty yet. We're not done. Okay. So I'm not going to say dynasty yet.
Congratulations.
I like when you call it.
Okay. Travis, come here, bub.
Hey, the greatest ever. The greatest ever.
The greatest tight end. You heard what he just said. Why is it nobody can cover you? I haven't figured that out. Don't they know that you're the one he's going to throw to?
Come on, baby. I got Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, baby. Things just happened. I got a great team. We had an unbelievable run, and, man, it feels good. Not one of y'all said the Chiefs were going to win it, and look at us now.
Those low lives. Let me ask, at halftime, what did Andy say to the football team? Because the second half, which is kind of historic for this football team, you always seem to make the comeback and win the game. What did he say, if anything?
Just told everybody to be yourselves. We were a little uncharacteristic in the beginning. And everybody had that determination, that look in their eye coming out here in that second half. They were going to pour everything out on that field, and that's what you saw. You saw everybody pour everything out on that field for the second half, and sure enough, that Chiefs came away with victory, baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, you got to fight for your right.
All right, Kurt. Pretty happy bunch of Chiefs here on the podium. I'll throw it right back to you.
All right, they will be partying for a while. Bud Light, thanks you for joining tonight's ceremony. Congratulations to the Chiefs and all their fans celebrating here tonight and at home. The Chiefs are bringing home the Bud Lights to Kansas City. And Jimmy, you've won multiple Super Bowls. Is the second one just as sweet? Because it looks like it from this bunch.
Without question, I think. And with their football team, they're going to have the opportunity to win more. Hey, the one thing nobody talked about was that offensive line of Kansas City, because everybody was concerned about Philadelphia's pass rush. The offensive line for Kansas City held in, and of course Mahomes had time to make the throw.
And, you know, I had one of the coaches who coached me at the Giants came up here, and I said, what was that second half? I mean, their second
158 on the ground for Kansas City. You know, the Chiefs to have that kind of a running game, we thought it would be flipped. We thought for sure the Eagles would be a team that would dominate on the ground. Jalen Hurts had a great day in the air. I think Patrick Mahomes to get 44 yards on the ground, and Michael mentioned the big run at the end of the game. It was the big run at the end of the game versus Cincinnati to win that game, and I think that big run was one of the keys to their comeback.
And it adds to the legend of Patrick Mahomes. Yep. You win one Super Bowl, you're a good quarterback, obviously. You win two, he's still got plenty of time to go. Same for Andy Reid with his second. We will be back with more here on the post-game show. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes tonight in his MVP performance. The first to Travis Kelce, got him going, but they rolled in the second half, and once again, they hold the Lombardi Trophy.
They got the win.